I know sometimes I don't know the right words to say when I'm trying to say something. So what I try to do is slow my thoughts down so I can get everything out that I feel like I clearly and articulately need to say. God has given me many talents and many opportunities to be in certain positions in certain places around certain people. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Sometimes I feel like I blew those opportunities because I didn't know how to act around certain people. I didn't know how to communicate my true intentions around people. And I didn't know how to interact with certain opportunities that God has placed before me. My heart is not as pure as it was at one point. My heart now is trying to be pure in a way that I do things the way God intended me to do them. I'm saying this because I feel like I have a bigger calling and I feel like I have a bigger opportunity to speak to people, and my story isn't as different as a lot of people that I know. My upbringing was honestly, my upbringing was not as great as others that I grew up with. My mother and my father tried their best to give us everything that they could give us. Unfortunately, my mother and father didn't work out and they got a divorce. Not gonna dive deep into that, but a lot of things happen, and I know that's the reason why I am the way I am today. I feel like given the opportunities that were given to me and being who I am now, it makes me miss my childhood, because those moments were when I was the closest to my family. Those moments were when I was the happiest with my family. Even though there was struggle, there were hardships, there were a lot of things that made it where it shouldn't have been the happiest or whatever. But I will say this: the family I have is the family I have. I can't change that. But me as a person, I could try to change my ways to get closer back with my family, to get closer to the people that are familiar to me. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that with my father because he passed away back in 2011. And that was the hardest thing that I ever had to deal with. And I say that respectfully because there were nights where I was sleeping in my car with no heat. There were nights where I didn't eat because I made sure my daughter ate, and all I had money for was my daughter to eat. But losing my father, losing the person who met my mother and brought me to this world, I'm still currently not over it. And it's fun. I'm smiling because 444 is a number that I see a lot. And after me seeing it a lot, I looked it up, and it says that an angel is watching over you to show you that you are on the path that you're supposed to be on. And as I looked at my camera at that moment, that exact moment, it time stamped 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So me talking about this, I know is something needed. All right. So back speaking on my family, they didn't teach me about finances. They didn't teach me about money at all. They didn't teach me about credit cards. They didn't teach me about credit scores. They didn't teach me about anything. My first taste of a credit card was, no shade given here, I have to say that. My sister, I turned 18, my sister and I was walking into a Kmart. Yeah, I'm that old. Walking into a Kmart, and they were giving away $50 credit cards if you get approved. $50 limit. And I was like, $50, cool. And I didn't need it, but my sister was like, yo, I'll pay for it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Get it and I'll pay for it. And she didn't pay for it. So later on down the road, my intentions was to clean up my credit, and that was the first place I called. And a $50 credit card turned into a $600 settlement. And I knew then that I wanted to do something, but I wasn't fully educated on how to do certain things. I'm currently still not fully educated on how to do certain things. But I will say this: if you have time to talk to someone who is fully educated, there's some things that you can learn from that person or those people that could potentially put you in a different space financially. And that's what I did. I went and talked to someone at the bank, and then shout out to my homeboy NASDAQ. I talked to him about certain things after I started my business, and I just took what they told me and applied it. I was disciplined with that, and now I'm in a different space. I'm not the richest. I'm not the most financially educated person that you know today. I'm just not these people. I still have things to learn. But I will say this: if you're open to taking in information and also open to be disciplined with the information, it will work itself out. And I might touch a little bit deep into like my personal struggles and journey with my credit score. But what I will say is, have faith in God. Always be positive. Try your best to be disciplined. Always do the right thing. Do the right things, and also do what you feel that you want done to you. Do what you feel that you want done to you. So if giving your last $5 to someone who needs it because they're hungry, they're truly hungry, and you being a blessing to that person, I feel like your blessing will come back in tenfold. Always stay positive. Be great in everything that you try to do. Actually, let me rephrase that. Be great in everything that you do. Because if you're doing it, you're not trying it, you're actually doing it. So yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all, man. I haven't done a J Gott's Corner in a minute, and I just felt like this was the right time. So hopefully this little story, this little message touched somebody, and it helps get to where you need to go. And I don't know if this video will even be impactful, but if it is, please let me know in the comments, and let's talk about it. So, all right, y'all, it's great seeing y'all. It's great to be seen, and I'm happy to be here. We out.